What's going on, everyone? Happy Thursday to everyone. Hopefully everyone is doing well, staying safe, healthy. If you had to take a COVID test, hopefully you have tested negative. If you did test positive for COVID or any other virus, I hope you have a full and speedy recovery. And if it's COVID, I hope you have no long COVID issues. It is time now for the Thursday edition of the Pandemic Update for Thursday, October 3rd, 2024. If you're new to my channel, this is where I do the Pandemic Update on all things COVID and any other virus that could be a health threat to you. We try to do it daily, but once in a while there's a day that we missed. Last Sunday was one of them, and I got a feeling there's going to be a few more coming up in the future. You know, I get busy sometimes, so some things will be popping up, and I'm trying to get as much stuff as I can get done before the winter surge of COVID does come. That's right, we're coming out of the summer surge of COVID. If you're new, surprise, we had a huge summer wave of COVID in the United States. The winter surge, it's coming in the near future, probably starting within the next month or so. So be prepared for that. I, of course, will inform you when it's starting. I will keep you prepared on not just COVID and any other virus. Want to stay informed and prepared? Subscribe down below. Give this video a thumbs up. Hit that notification bell. Share this video with anyone you know. And, of course, leave all your lovely comments down below. And I will try and get to them as fast as possible in approving those comments. Today may be a little bit delayed because I do have to work this evening. Alright, starting off with some H5N1 news. First this, then some breaking news. USDA confirms more H5N1 in Idaho dairy cows. Their total is now up to 34 H5N1 outbreaks. Now for the breaking news. This just popped up on my X feed right before I was ready to record. I haven't had any time to do any further investigation into this, but we do have a dairy worker in California has tested positive for H5N1 bird flu. Interesting to note, this is coming on a Thursday. As of lately on Fridays, there have been news drops in relation to H5N1. So we'll have to see if anything more comes of this. When I get some time this evening after work or tomorrow before tomorrow's video, I will do some research and, of course, have more on this, hopefully, during tomorrow's pandemic update. Alright, here's a virus we don't talk about all that often. Chickenpox. Yeah, I can't remember the last time we mentioned this. Chickenpox cluster reported at local school. This is in Lake County, Ohio. A school district in Lake County has alerted the community that they are monitoring what could become an outbreak of chickenpox. So, yeah, that's something we're going to have to keep an eye on. Chickenpox, it can still occur. Taking a look at this, in Utah, 1 in 12 suffer from long COVID. Health Department study says. Alright, let's check this out. Great British Bake Off in Choose as 2 contestants collapse and another quits. Yeah, read that headline again. 2 contestants have collapsed. Yeah, that's just not a good thing. Want to read more about this? Maybe I'll make a thread for today's stories. All right, moving on now to something very important that we take a look at each and every Thursday, and that is weekly cases of COVID in the UK. This week, once again, the UK does report an increase in the number of COVID cases. 2,797. That is up by 496. And by surprise, deaths went up as well. And I say by surprise, that's usually the last lagging indicator in a wave. And that is 134. That is up by 45. And it does look like healthcare numbers. It's saying August 29th, so that's pretty far behind. But yeah, the weekly deaths, 134. That is up by 45. You can clearly see on the charts now there is an increase with cases. And you can also see the increase in deaths as well. All right, taking a look at pollen levels for today. 51% of the country is in low to medium status. The areas with orange are mainly in the south. There is some orange in Oregon and Idaho. Taking a look at air qualities today, we have some real problems with air qualities. We have some chemicals that are in the air down in the southeast. That's because of an explosion that occurred in Georgia the other day. And take a look at the west coast. Literally from Oregon all the way down, all of Oregon and all of the California coast is really doing bad for air qualities right now. I know you hate the word mask, but you may want to consider wearing a mask if you're going out in that area. And if you're a homeowner or anywhere, if you let you live and you own an air purifier, you will want to have that air purifier running today. Alright, want to learn more about the climate and weather? Climate Data reports the place for that. May not get time to tweet much there this evening, but next few days I will definitely have time. So climate data report over on X. Taking a look at Philadelphia EMS calls for yesterday, Wednesday, October 2nd, 927. That's not a number that we like to see whatsoever. That's a really high number, and I am not happy to see that number. Taking a look at Chester County. Now, normally we would look at Montgomery County, but at the moment it is not working. It was working earlier, and now it just went. Something's wrong with their CAD system. Hopefully they can get that fixed, and maybe we'll have that back tomorrow. Chester County does see a few calls for sick person back pain, cardiac arrest in East Nottingham Township. That's not good. Heart problems a couple times. So yes, there are some calls in Chester County at this time. Taking a look at what's going on in Pennsylvania, it is Thursday. We get another update on the Pennsylvania wastewater, and we see there is only one wastewater site in the entire state that's reporting an increase on the 15-day trend, and that is Westchester Site number 2. That's the northern part of Westchester Site in Chester County, Pennsylvania. Everywhere else is either no change or seeing a slight decrease at this time. Taking a look at what is going on with the viral activity level in Canada, COVID-19 is moderate, flu A is moderate, flu B is not detected, and RSV is low at this time. All right, let's take a look at some notes for today. And first thing in my notes for today, something I put in here was, now is a good time to get stuff done before winter, which will feature multiple viruses circulating at once. Those who have had COVID could get a more severe case of other viruses due to a weakened immune system. This is my reminder to you. COVID can weaken the immune system. Those who have had multiple cases of COVID likely could develop a long-term issue known as long COVID, or it could start wearing away at your immune system. So please, get the seasonal vaccines. You got the flu vaccine, you have the new COVID vaccine. Of course, Novavax is now being approved, and hopefully it's getting easier to be able to get. If you can get the vaccines, now is the time to do it. If you have doctor's appointments, dentist appointments, I'm trying to get all of my doctor stuff done over the next few weeks. Matter of fact, today I got to pick up a script for a blood test. So yes, if you can get everything done now, would be the time to do that before this winter wave comes. You don't want to be caught in the middle of a winter wave going out to do routine healthcare checkups, because that's the most risky time. All right, now for some data from CJS 83172, and his daily weekday reporting states show that Florida had 590 new cases, New Jersey had 508 new cases, and 4 new deaths. New York State reported 844 new cases yesterday. Virginia, 579 new cases and 1 new death. Weekly reporting states: Arizona, 2,242 new cases and 10 new deaths. Only state to post an increase in his data this week. Colorado, 1,647 new cases and 19 new deaths. Hawaii recorded 307 new cases and 2 new deaths. Indiana, 1,469 new cases with new deaths, not yet updated as of the writing of his comment. North Dakota, 272 new cases and 4 CDC reported deaths. New Mexico, 6 new CDC reported deaths. Nevada, 562 new cases and 6 new deaths. Oregon, this is 2 weeks of data. I made sure to put a note there. He did say in his comments that this is 2 weeks worth of data. 1,369 new positive tests and 43 new deaths in a 2-week update, with test and case positivity rates remaining at just under 13%. Tennessee, 2,144 new cases and 14 new deaths. Washington added 2,810 new cases and 24 new deaths. If I had to take an early guess, I think we're going to hit 1,000 again this week, but my hope is we'll see things down this week. But, there's many more states to come in later in the week, so we'll have to see what happens with those states. All right, the COVID variant that is dominating right now is KP 3.1.1 at 58.7%. XEC does come in at 6%. It's the variant that many are watching and suspect could eventually take over around the world. All right, let's see what's going on in the state of New Jersey for today. And last check this morning, it did look like many hospitals did not report. Yeah, only 58 out of 70. That equals to 362 hospitalizations. Taking a look at New York State, I do need to refresh this. 1,346 new cases. And this is the day New York City is included. So that is a big decrease. Happy to see that. Taking a look at what's going on with New York State hospitalizations, and their levels continue to drop as well. 875 with 103 people in the ICU. Taking a look at what's going on in Colorado. Really good news to report here. Colorado is reporting a decrease in the number of people hospitalized for COVID. It's 145, which is down by 34. Emergency department visits are at 1% for people diagnosed with COVID. That's down by 0.2%. The positivity rate is at 10.2%. That is down by 0.9%. Cases reported this week, 1,643. That is down by 234. All right, taking a look at the weekly update from the great state of Ohio, we see that the 3-week trend for cases is really dropping. 3 weeks ago, 8,391 cases. Then last week, 6,103. And then it was down to 4,219 this week. Hospitalizations, 311 were added 3 weeks ago, then 245 last week, 158 this week. ICU is dropping as well, just 6 people added there. And when we take a look at total reported deaths, we do see this number is continuing to rise. It's the last lagging factor in a wave. It is now at 41 out of 39 last week. So, yeah, another 41 deaths added in Ohio this week. Alrighty, folks, that does it for the Thursday edition of the Pandemic Update. A little bit shortened version today as I'm pressed for time. But, hey, we'll have another update tomorrow. And I'm sure we'll probably have some more news on that H5N1 case. Recapping the breaking news. A dairy worker in California has tested positive for H5N1 bird flu. So, yes, more human cases continue to pop up. If you enjoyed this update, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe down below. Hit that notification bell. Share this video with anyone you know. And of course, leave your comments down below. I will see you all again next time. Until I see you again next time, stay safe, everyone, and have a fantastic Thursday afternoon. Thanks for watching.